On Christmas Day 2025, the United States launched its first direct military strikes on Nigerian soil. The global response framed this as a clash of identities, either total support for an American savior or total rejection of a foreign empire. But that binary simplifies a decade of complex violence. Communities in northern and central Nigeria live within a web of threats from jihadist insurgents, armed bandits, and escalating farmer-herder clashes. The human toll has reached staggering proportions. Over 40,000 people have been killed, and at least 2 million more are living in makeshift displacement camps across the region. As these threats diffused, the formal Nigerian security apparatus repeatedly struggled to provide protection, leaving citizens to find their own paths to safety. A simple yes or no question about foreign troops ignores the specific trade-offs people make when their survival is on the line. To understand true public sentiment, we have to find the exact point where the risk of a military operation failing outweighs a population's desperation for order. Researchers analyzed this using a hypothetical purchase task. They treated military intervention like a measurable economic commodity that citizens buy with their support. In this model, the price is risk. Participants were asked if they would support U.S. strikes if the success rate was a guaranteed 100%. Then they tracked how that support changed as the likelihood of success dropped toward zero. This chart shows the aggregate result. Support is not a fixed political stance. It is a decaying curve. As the intervention's success becomes less certain, the willingness to endorse it drops precipitously. Look at the P50 marker. The mathematical model predicts that public support splits exactly 50-50 when the chance of success hits roughly 17%. Below that specific threshold, the majority of the population views the risk as too high to accept. While most respondents weighed the odds, a smaller group of outliers gave categorical answers. Notice these flat lines. For about a third of the participants, support or rejection was absolute, regardless of whether the mission was likely to succeed or fail. But for the majority who calculated the risk, the results shifted significantly based on where they lived and the burdens they carried. In the residents panel, the data splits by geography. Southern residents, living further from the conflict, demanded high odds of success to support the intervention. Northern residents, who faced the violence daily, were willing to tolerate much higher levels of uncertainty. Now look at the gender panel. Women showed higher initial support than men when success was certain, but their support plunged much faster as the risk of failure grew. The qualitative data explains this sharp drop. In these conflict zones, women and girls bear the immediate consequences of displacement and economic collapse. An unsuccessful military operation doesn't just fail to help, it threatens to deepen the insecurity they already face. These aren't expressions of ideological preference. They are localized risk-reward calculations based on personal vulnerability. U.S. intervention is being evaluated against a marketplace of other security options currently filling the void left by the state. When formal protection is absent, citizens turn to local vigilante groups. Many participants reported higher trust in these local outfits than in their national military, even when those vigilantes are using makeshift equipment. These groups live in the affected villages and are directly accountable to their neighbors. They offer a level of community knowledge and rapid response that distant federal or foreign troops cannot easily replicate. Citizens see foreign military strikes as a desperate stopgap to compensate for domestic failures in intelligence and logistics. It is a tool of necessity, not a permanent solution. This is why support is so conditional. Participants made it clear that for foreign aid to be acceptable, it must have clear goals, absolute transparency, and be part of a Nigerian-led cooperation. In the study's follow-up interviews, Nigerians explained that military force alone cannot address the structural decay behind the violence. They cited poverty, government accountability, and environmental stress as the true drivers that foreign troops simply cannot fix. Ultimately, the demand for foreign intervention signals a breakdown in the domestic social contract. People will support outside help to survive an immediate threat, but that support ends the moment the intervention fails to deliver quantifiable safety.